This is Jacob.
How y'all doing?
We're going to be here with Personal Mortgage. We're going to talk about loans, the difference between them with the beginning of the year, end of the year, for your mortgage purposes. And then we're also going to talk about on the fitness side, we're going to go into how it is with that January surge, how to kind of keep that motivation going, keep some continuity, some consistency. A lot of times when you start off fresh in January, you start to dwindle down, that flame kind of goes down a little bit. Yeah, the excitement goes down come February, March. So we're going to talk about how to keep that consistency going. But hey, let's go ahead and get to it.
So, what are you thinking about doing today?
We're going to hit some arms, hit some biceps, triceps, kind of get a little pump going. It's Friday, you know, you want to feel good going to the weekend.
That's true.
Get that pump. You want the sleeves and the shirt to feel a little bit tighter.
We'll grab on you a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I want to make sure though when you try and put your seatbelt on, it's a little hard to get tight.
Yeah, I can't bring your arms up. But yeah, just jumping on what he's saying. This start of this year, you have a lot of opportunity to change, you know, who you are and to attach one of the goals and getting in shape and potentially purchasing a home is one of them. So we should make it happen.
Yeah. Cool. So let's start here. With the curls, I like the hammer curls with the rope because you get a really good rotation.
Okay.
So if you don't have to really go too heavy to really get that pump you want. Weight doesn't always translate to strength when we're trying to think about if it's done properly. So come right here, nice tight squeezes. I'm just gonna get 10 reps.
Okay.
When's the last time you did arms?
Last time I did arms was probably Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tuesday I did a little arm workout at home. So we'll see how much I got left in the tank after this.
Yeah, as you're doing those, I'm going to go ahead and superset with some overhead tricep extension.
All right.
Get the agonist, antagonist going.
Sure.
Yeah, so of course, after the election and going towards the end of the year, well, it's like some of the main changes you kind of saw with the loans and stuff.
So right now, the rates dropped a little bit. Everybody knows in the mid part of November. Then the Feds met, so they went up a little bit. Beginning of this year, they kind of have stabilized. They've dropped a little bit depending on what loan program. FHA and VA has a nice little drop.
Mm-hmm.
And then the president comes in on the 20th, so
yeah,
that could be a huge volatile situation. Hopefully for the positive.
Yeah,
we'll see in the next 10 days from now.
Yeah, because I know it's a lot of people. They always like they always like to wait till one after the election to do things, and then some people they want to make sure the president's in house and ready to go too.
Yeah. I think that's going to get a lot of people off the seat because the uncertainty scares people, and that for all good sense of purposes, it makes sense. It does make sense. Home values have went down a little bit. Based upon the amount of homes that are on the market. So that's going to help your buying power as well. You're able to negotiate a little bit more, so move towards a buyer's market. So it's a good time to get pre-approved. It really is.
That's good.
So have you seen a big influx of new people coming in to try to start their New Year resolution?
Yeah. Even here, so because I'm much on a smaller scale than your big box commercial gyms because we're private training, but even here it's been like a sign up a day, which is really good for a personal training facility because one thing you want to think about when you're personal training, typically a full-time trainer is going to have somewhere between about 15 to 20 clients per se, and so if you're getting a client a day,
that's a lot.
You're already looking at within a week or two you're already full. But yeah, it's been really good. The main thing here around this time, you got that excitement. You want people to still have that same excitement once you hit the next month and the month after that. From a commitment perspective, you want people to at least be signed up for a few months.
Okay.
Big box gyms, they always try to get you to get a year-long contract. That's how they make their money. They make their money off of you being there for the full year.
Gotcha.
But here with training, I really try to get people in at least about 3-4 months minimum.
Okay.
And the way I keep them going after January is really just setting those challenges and goals.
Make it more tangible, personal to them.
Right. Because whenever you set a goal, it's like, okay, I want to see this through.
Yeah.
Especially when there's money involved too. You don't want to spend your money and you don't see the end of it. My favorite analogy is to say is you said that you buy your tickets for a movie, you buy your popcorn, you buy your drink, and then you leave halfway through the movie.
Yeah,
You never get the ending.
That's a little frustrating for
And
sure.
so you definitely want to see it through. And so you set those challenges like, okay, month one you should have lost anywhere between 5 to 8 pounds.
Okay.
Month two, combining from the previous month, you add another, you should have lost a total of between 10 to 15 pounds. You want to constantly kind of set that goal, because if you don't have a goal, then you're kind of lose a purpose, a passion
That's
for
true.
it.
That's true.
So you want to constantly keep setting things forward.
Do you feel like there's a certain time frame that if you invest this much time, you should see a healthy progression?
Yes. Yes. So I always set a maximum goal and a minimum goal. So at minimum, you should have lost this amount of weight. If you're doing like a 3-month time frame, say at minimum, you should lose at least about 10 pounds within 3 months. But I also say it doesn't always have to be weight loss. Of course, some people have muscle building goals.
Yeah.
But whatever your goal is, you want to look at, there's about five different variables you want to look at. You want to look at weight, you want to look at measurements, you want to look at strength, you want to look at endurance, and then of course the big one, pictures.
True.
That mirror don't lie.
That mirror don't lie. And looking in the mirror and say, okay, I invested this time and this is what I'm looking like. That's a big thing right there.
Yeah. So what's the one thing you really see when it hits January, February, March, around this time?
Yeah, the real estate market, just naturally, the average kind of fluctuation is you're busier in your summer months, especially before school happens. During this time of the year, school is in full progress. It's full blown. The holidays just happened, so a lot of people spent a lot of money. So they kind of want to sit back a little bit until like March. But recently, I've seen more people interested in buying at this point for whatever reasons, specific situations. I just think a lot of people are excited for the new year too. So we'll see.
You know what I mean? I'm always grabbing more weight.
Yeah, I see. I'm like, how far are we at right now? 65s.
Yeah. Get your pump on. Yeah. One thing I was looking at, because some people were telling me about the FHA loan and how I know with those loans, you don't really have to put as much money down. Now, as rates change at this time of the year, I guess if you're someone who doesn't want to make a big down payment right away for a house, is that like an option? Because I heard you can do like low as 3%, 5%.
Yeah.
Of course, your interest rate's going to be a little bit higher when you do less money down.
Really, it just depends on. So, conventional actually be the lowest. You can put 3% down if you're a first time buyer.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't bought a house in 3 years, even if you owned a home previously, but you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you're getting a new first time home buyer.
Mm-hmm.
So you can qualify for that 3% down conventional.
Mm-hmm.
FHA, you need 3.5,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't really matter if you put out 3.5 or 15%. You're still gonna get the same rate depending on your credit profile.
Mm-hmm.
But your mortgage insurance would be less if you put down more than 10% or more. So that's the difference. That's a nuance, but
but also too, because I know like a strategic way you could do is maybe like do a small down payment now and go in and get that small
do a recast of mortgage.
Recast. Go ahead and like refinance, so that way you don't have a long term having to have that high mortgage rate.
Exactly, and a lot of people don't know that. That's really good. You know that, my man. So. That's a great way to do it, especially if you think you have some money coming in later or you're getting a promotion or something like that. You want to get into the home now while rates are higher because you have more buying power in the sense of you have more competitive angle to ask the seller to reduce their purchase price or give you some concessions, things like that. You can always recast your mortgage later and you can always refinance. There's no time frame of how long you're going to need to refinance. So you can always take advantage of the market when it actually adjusts in your favor.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because a lot of times you got things going on. I know, like personally, me with the kids and stuff. Like I'm on that 5-year plan for both of them to have their college funds paid off by that time, so that we don't have to worry about it later.
That's Florida prepaid.
And so you want to get that done and out the way quickly, but at the same time, you do want to be able to say, hey, well, I do want to have this home for those said kids.
Yeah.
And so you're sitting there thinking about, well, how much funds can you really put into it right away?
Yeah.
So it may be an option where you're like, well, get the kids' college plan done and then come back and recast the mortgage and get like a better rate long term for your house.
Better. Yeah. You could recast, get the lower payment. One thing I want to say that people never talk about, especially in the Florida market, yes, values are going down slightly, not something significantly, is that you're going to appreciate. And if your appreciation rate is higher than your interest, it's a no brains deal, because you're going to make more money on the equity than you're paying in interest. Yeah. People don't think about that. That's the big one right there.
So your house having more value.
Exactly. All right, everybody. That's episode number 2. Troy's in the house, right? So we talked about, keeping on task for this New Year resolution. Talked about a few mortgage topics. And
we also went into keeping that flame going. Main thing when you go into January, you have your fitness goals. You just don't want them to fall off. And so really how to just keep that goal setting mentality. That way you have something to always constantly push you and something to work for. You want to see what's the end of your movie is going to be like. So you don't want to end halfway through. You want to stay towards the credits, and then, hey, if you like me, your movie typically has after credits. So you want to see what your after credits going to be.
The Marvel after credits. Hey,
yes, sir.
If you're interested in getting personal trained, don't hesitate to reach out. It's vast of knowledge here. And if you're interested in just discussing your options or how far close or far you are from purchasing a home or refinancing, just reach out. No hesitancy. And we'll look forward to hearing from you all.
Have a good one.